Google just made its biggest move into blockchain finance yet, and it's not just another Web3 partnership. This time, they're building the infrastructure themselves. Welcome to Google Cloud Universal Ledger, Alphabet's big step into blockchain finance. Alphabet's Google Cloud has unveiled the Universal Ledger, or GCUL, its most ambitious move yet into digital asset infrastructure. Unlike its earlier Web3 hosting partnerships with Polygon, Near, and Coinbase, GCUL is a blockchain built and operated by Google itself, targeting financial institutions, banks, and market operators. First core feature: it's a permissioned Layer 1 blockchain. Unlike Ethereum or Solana, GCUL is a closed, institution-grade ledger with controlled access. Second, multi-currency design. It supports central bank money, commercial bank deposits, stablecoins, tokenized securities, and other assets. Third, programmability using Python-based smart contracts, appealing to a wide developer base used to Google Cloud tools. Fourth, integration with Google Cloud Stack. Institutions can plug GCUL into BigQuery, AI ML APIs, cloud storage, and compliance tools, making it part of a broader finance cloud. The positioning? Branded as credibly neutral infrastructure. Google wants GCUL to be the settlement layer that connects traditional finance, public blockchains, and future tokenized systems. GCUL is effectively Google's version of the BIS unified ledger idea, a single, programmable environment where money and assets interact seamlessly. Think of it as a financial internet backbone, running 24/7, enabling instant settlement, reducing intermediaries and cutting costs. If adopted, GCUL could replace parts of SWIFT, Visa, MasterCard-style payment rails with blockchain-native settlement, host tokenized funds, bonds, equities, and collateral for faster capital markets, and serve as a bridge between banks, asset managers, and crypto-native liquidity. But here's why this is a complete game changer. This is the first time a big tech company has built a blockchain platform specifically for institutional finance. And the traditional giants are not sitting still. Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure provide blockchain hosting, but neither runs its own institutional ledger. By launching GCUL, Google isn't just selling cloud capacity. It's trying to own the financial plumbing itself. This creates huge stakes. If GCUL becomes the default ledger for tokenized money and assets, Google could set global financial standards by default, much like how Android dominates mobile or Gmail dominates email. The implications are staggering. But Google isn't operating in a vacuum. The traditional financial giants have been building their own blockchain solutions, starting with JPMorgan. JPMorgan's Kinexys, formerly Onyx, is already running tokenized collateral settlements in production, including landmark trades like BlackRock to Barclays, collateralizing money market fund shares on-chain. It also offers real-time multi-currency payments and is developing deposit tokens for bank-grade stablecoin alternatives. Kinexys' strength? It runs inside a regulated bank with existing trust and compliance frameworks. The competition with Google is clear. JPMorgan wants banks to control the rails. GCUL, if adopted by clients directly, could bypass banks as the central infrastructure providers. Then there's BlackRock. BlackRock launched BUIDL, a tokenized U.S. Treasuries and repo fund which crossed $1 billion AUM within its first year. It runs on Ethereum with Securitize as the tokenization agent. Their vision? Bring trillions of dollars of ETFs, money market funds, and bonds onto blockchains. The competition with Google: BlackRock provides the assets. Google provides the settlement layer. If GCUL becomes dominant, BlackRock may be forced to tokenize on Google's rails instead of public blockchains, and Citi isn't standing still either. Let's look at how all the major players are positioning themselves in this new landscape. Citi offers Citi token services, already live for cross-border liquidity and trade finance. They built CIDAP, Citi Integrated Digital Assets Platform, to unify custody, tokenization, and distributed ledger workflows. They've tested FX settlements on Avalanche through Project Guardian. Citi's focus is embedding tokenization into client banking channels, while GCUL offers an external platform. Citi may end up plugging into GCUL if clients demand multi-rail solutions. So what happens if Google wins? GCUL could standardize tokenized finance worldwide, creating efficiency but concentrating systemic risk in one big tech operator. Regulators may worry about a too-big-to-fail cloud ledger controlling trillions in financial flows. If banks and asset managers retain control, we get a more fragmented but regulated ecosystem. JPMorgan for payments and collateral, Citi for liquidity and FX, BlackRock for tokenized funds, less efficiency but less concentration risk. The likely outcome? A hybrid model. GCUL integrates with bank-led platforms like Kinexys and CIDAP, and tokenized assets like BUIDL. Regulators will insist on multi-rail interoperability to prevent single-vendor lock-in. So what should you watch for? First, pilot names. Which banks or markets test GCUL? Rumors of CME or Euroclear involvement would be game-changing. Second, Kinexys volumes. How much collateral and payments flow through JPMorgan's network? Third, BUIDL adoption. Whether tokenized funds gain traction as collateral in mainstream finance. Fourth, policy frameworks. The UK's digital securities sandbox and EU's DLT pilot regime may decide whether GCUL can operate at scale in regulated markets. Fifth, geopolitical pushback. China's digital yuan and blockchain service network are alternative models. Europe may push for homegrown options to avoid US tech dominance. The stakes couldn't be higher, because this isn't just about technology. It's about who controls the future of global finance. Bottom line, Google Cloud Universal Ledger is not crypto in the retail sense. It's a strategic bid to own the backbone of global finance. Here's how the battle lines are drawn. JPMorgan wants banks to own the rails. BlackRock wants assets to migrate on-chain wherever the rails are. Citi wants to embed tokenization inside its treasury and trade workflows. Google wants to provide the neutral layer they all have to use. The next 2 to 3 years will determine whether finance's new plumbing is bank-built, asset manager-driven, or tech-controlled. This transformation will reshape how money moves around the world, from days to seconds for settlement, from multiple intermediaries to direct transfers, from high fees to minimal costs, from business hours to 24/7 operations, and from static money to programmable, intelligent financial instruments. The question isn't whether this transformation will happen, it's who will control it. If you found this analysis valuable, please subscribe. Comment below with your thoughts on who you think will win this battle, and share this video with anyone who needs to understand how the future of finance is being built right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we dive deeper into the technology that's reshaping our financial world.